All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about how something as simple as Nordic walking is actually backed by a ton of science as a really powerful way to manage the gait challenges that come with Parkinson's disease.
This really hits home, doesn't it? It's such a tough reality for so many people. That loss of confident movement, it's often one of the first and biggest challenges. It's really where the fight begins.
I mean, it sounds almost too simple to be true, right? But as we're about to find out, this is about so much more than just a little extra stability. It's about actively retraining the brain. Let's see how. So this isn't just, a nice feel-good activity. We're talking about a targeted intervention. And believe me, the scientific community is paying close attention. And look, the stuff we're about to talk about, it's all based on solid, peer-reviewed science, from proper clinical trials to major reviews. The key thing to know is that the evidence is really, really strong. Okay, just take a look at this. This is some of the research that gaitlab.pro has pulled together. And wow, it's impressive. I mean, look at this. A 2020 study found it significantly reduced that awful freezing of gait. Another one, improved balance. And we're definitely going to circle back to this 2022 study by QGC because it found Nordic walking actually boosts a critical brain-protecting protein. So the big question is why? Why does this work so well? Well, the secret sauce isn't in the poles themselves. It's about what using them makes your brain do. It's a pretty amazing look at the brain's ability to adapt. That freezing of gait is just one of the toughest parts of Parkinson's. It's almost like the Wi-Fi signal between your brain and your legs just drops. But that constant tap, tap, tap of the poles on the ground, that creates a new signal, an external beat that gives the brain a clever little workaround. Yeah, exactly. This makes it so clear. Each time a pole hits the ground, it's basically shouting to the brain, okay, step now. It's this clear, consistent rhythm that helps get around that broken internal signal and lets you walk with a much smoother stride. But here's where it gets really, really interesting. This isn't just about managing symptoms in the moment. The science is starting to show it might actually be about protecting the brain itself. So let's talk about something called BDNF. The best way to think about it is like, fertilizer for your brain. It's a protein that helps your existing brain cells, your neurons, survive and can even help them grow. It's super important stuff. And here's why that's a huge deal for Parkinson's. The disease attacks and destroys those exact dopamine-producing neurons. So the idea that a simple activity could boost a protein that acts like a bodyguard for those very cells, that's just a game changer. Remember that 2022 study we mentioned a minute ago? Well, this is the punchline. It wasn't just a theory. They actually measured it. People with Parkinson's who did Nordic walking had measurably more of this BDNF in their bodies. That's not just exercise, that's targeted therapy. Okay, so the science is absolutely fascinating, right? But what does this mean for you? How do you actually get started? Let's break down the first steps to do this the right way. First off, you might be thinking, why not just use a walker? Well, take a look at the difference here. A walker, while it gives you stability, can sometimes make you lean forward and shuffle more. But the poles? They kind of do the exact opposite. They encourage you to stand up straight, to swing your arms naturally. They actively help retrain a better walking pattern. All right, these next three things are super, super important, like absolutely non-negotiable. Number 1, always talk to your doctor or neurologist first. Number 2, timing is everything. Plan your walks for your on periods when your medication is working best. And number 3, please, don't just grab some poles and wing it. Get a pro to show you the right technique so you're safe and getting all the benefits. Okay, so we've looked at the science, we've looked at how it works in the brain, and we've talked about how to get started. So what's the big takeaway here? I love this because it just says it all perfectly. This isn't just a nice stroll. It's basically targeted brain rehab that happens to look like a walk in the park. You're using that simple, rhythmic motion to tackle the deep neurological issues of Parkinson's head-on. And hey, if this has got you thinking, I want to try this, then gaitlab.pro is the place to go. They've got all the research we talked about, and even better, they put together a totally free 12-week training plan to help you get started the right way. So in the end, it really just comes down to this, doesn't it? The science is there. It's a way to actively fight back, to stand taller, to walk smoother, and maybe even protect your brain. It's a simple, powerful tool for taking back some control.